Hello and welcome back to On Landscape. We are back in the last week before the conference starts and we've been quite busy. Our ticket sales are continuing to come in. Thank you very much for your last minute orders. And if anybody's got any questions about the conference, can you please tweet it in to us on the hashtag OnLand, and we'll be monitoring that during this live stream and hopefully giving you some answers. On terms of the order agenda, I think the first thing we'll be looking at is something I forgot to do last week, which was to announce some prize winners. We've got a one-day ticket giveaway and also 3 live streaming tickets. So I'm here with Charlotte Britton, our marketing director, and we're going to be talking to you later about how the social media will be working and what we've been doing to organise the conference. But first of all, would you be able to do the honours and pick out a winner?
Sure, no problem. So the first...
This is for the day ticket.
Day ticket, Andy Arthur.
Got Andy Arthur. Thank you very much for submitting, and we'll you've got your email down here. We'll send that to you later on. Now we need 3 for the live streaming.
Duncan Heather.
Duncan Heather.
Mary Thompson. One more?
One more.
Okay. Richard Barnes.
And Richard Barnes. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll get you the details of the tickets. And apologies for not doing that straight away. And as I said, we're here with Charlotte, and Charlotte's been both doing the marketing for the conference and helping do the administration. And if we can ask you a few questions about what's been going on.
No problem, be delighted.
How's it been going, organising the conference?
It's been a year in the planning. It was an idea that we had at the On Landscape board meeting this time last year. So it was quite quiet up to about February when we launched the early bird tickets, and it's certainly been a very busy last 2 months.
Yeah.
Doing all the marketing, organising the speakers, the travel arrangements.
Yeah, making sure projectors work.
Yeah, absolutely. Organising live streaming. So yeah, it's been really busy.
And on the weekend event, you'll be dealing with the social media, making sure that works, and you've got an assistant, Mitch, I believe.
Mitch, yeah. So we're going to have a live Twitter feed going on the day. So if there's any questions on the day, please do tweet them in. So hopefully that'll be a nice big back channel for the people in the conference and also those people in live streaming. Yeah. So we've got 5 stewards for the weekend, and Mitch has volunteered to help me out on the Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to ask any questions of our speakers during the conference, we were looking at using a hashtag. I think the hashtag is going to be OnLand.
OnLand, yes.
And if anybody asks questions and they don't get addressed during the conference, during the speeches themselves, we'll have the green room afterwards, and we'll have all the questions moved into the green room.
Yeah, so actually it's almost like running 2 conferences. So we've actually got the physical conference, but then we've got the live streaming conference. So we're going to have an interviewer interviewing the speakers as they come off stage, and actually putting questions to them as well. So it's
makes it a bit more interactive.
Yeah, getting, we've got one of our stewards is a project manager for a theatre company, so she's going to be playing to her strengths, making sure the right people in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. And hopefully I think we're going to try and interview some of our exhibitors as well, and we have some great exhibitors, as in commercial exhibitors, and we mentioned these on the last conference, but I thought it's worth going through what we've got. Now you've been dealing with the exhibitors. We'll go through in order. Linhof Studio are going to be here, and they're bringing along some camera gear.
Yeah, we've also got Phase 1, so Paul has teamed up with Phase 1 to actually be able to test out a Phase 1 back.
Yes, that's Eric Joachim, and I've been told he's going to be bringing the IQ 250, which is the Sony sensor IQ, plus a 160 as well, and a couple of interesting new additions. I believe the camera system where we have the Alpa and phase back sold together as a package for the first time. Park cameras are coming down.
Yeah, they're coming, sharing a stand with Canon,
Yep.
with Rob. So yeah, they bring quite a lot of kit as well.
Yeah, and we've got two book specials now. With the books, we've got some good speakers here, and quite a few people have been asking about book signings.
Absolutely. So obviously David and Joe, I'm sure, will be bringing their books. So what we're looking at doing is arranging it during the breaks, time for them to do book signs. And obviously there's Hans' book, which is fresh off the press.
From Triple Kite?
From Triple Kite, yep. So we'll be looking at doing a book signing with Hans on the Sunday lunchtime as well.
Fantastic. Other ones, Paramo bringing their clothing range. Paul Gallagher is coming along with the Epson Print Academy.
That's going to be a really, really interesting one. So what we're looking at doing is actually getting printing out some of the people's prints and actually talking them through, the process of printing. So
now they're running a sort of print surgery. So if anybody wants to bring any of their digital images or scans along, they'll be showing you how you can possibly get the most out of your prints. On top of that, we have Permajet.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a print comparison with them as well.
Yeah, bringing down some different papers.
Bring different papers and looking at the different results you get on different papers.
And the one last minute one, which I'm quite interested in, is Cambo are coming down. Now Cambo are what previously known as a large format company. They do technical cameras for the phase medium format systems, but they've recently come out with a camera called the Actus, which is a rail technical camera onto which you can attach the Sony A7R or any of the Sony series, and then on the front of that use medium format lenses or adapt for Nikon lenses. So it's a technical camera using what is effectively a full frame digital system, and they've sold so many of these now that I think there's about a 3-month waiting list for them. So to be able to see one in the flesh should be quite interesting.
We've also got Beyond Words.
Beyond Words,
Yep.
they're coming down from Edinburgh,
Indeed, Neil.
bringing some relevant books, including there was an exhibition in Somerset House. Was it last year now? I think.
Might have been 18 months ago.
Of landscape photography, and it's taken them a year for them to get the book out, and they'll be bringing that down to show, and it's a fantastic book. And it ties in because we're doing an interview with Bill Ewing, who curated the land exhibition at Somerset House.
But that's not till one of the next issues, is it?
That's in the issue afterwards, the conference. We did go, myself and David Hutchinson, who we'll talk about in a moment, to the Reghead last week and made a guide to some of the rooms there. And we're putting that together over the next 24 hours. So tomorrow we'll send out an email and you'll be able to see more about what the location looks like.
Did you do an interview with Mark Littlejohn whilst you were there as well?
We did indeed do an interview with Mark Littlejohn. We did a phone interview on the day of the Landscape Photographer of the Year, which went into On Landscape.
And actually that was really, really interesting actually, because within 24 hours we had 2,000 people to the website just specifically looking for Mark. Yeah,
a huge amount of interest in the
absolutely.
Landscape Photographer of the Year. But fortunately he popped into the Reghead while we were there filming, and we sat down with him and did a quick interview, which you can see on the Streamscape YouTube channel. If you want to get to that, we've posted it on our Facebook page.
And our website as well.
And our website as well. At this point in time, do we need to talk about anything else, or should we try and bring David Hutchinson over?
I don't think there's anything else, but I'll be there on the day on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So if there's any questions, please do get in touch. Anything around dietary requirements, we've got hearing loop to sort out. So any questions like that on the day, please do get in touch.
Yes, don't leave it till the last minute.
Yeah.
So if you can
Shall I duck
bring
out
David
and
in, that'd be
bring
fantastic.
David in?
And we should also mention that we have stewards at the event. We've got Carol Carson, who is going to be taking care of the theatre. We'll also have Joe Wright, famed 10 by 8 landscape photographer, as another, and we have phone calls as well. So Joe Wright will be manning the stewards as well, and we'll also have Mark Littlejohn. David Hutchinson.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, we mentioned the fact we're doing this live streaming, and I'm very pleased to be able to put a face to the idea of live streaming. David came to see us probably about 6 months ago to talk about the idea of live streaming, and it's something that's really, for the events we're looking at here, it's quite new. It's been done before, obviously, but at vast costs and lots of organisational.
Yeah, I think the main thing is that photography is a worldwide interest, and the conference is, there are people coming from Australia, there are people coming from Kuwait, and lots of different places. But it is quite difficult for people to travel that sort of distance for a conference. So, with live streaming, we can take it right the way around the world and get to a worldwide audience. And there's been a huge interest in it, actually. And we've been really, really pleased with the number of people who have signed up. We've had 4 or 5 in the last 4 or 5 minutes as people.
Yes. If you can hear buzzing going on in the background, that's the alert to say another person signed up.
That's right. So it's going really well. Really keen to get as many people on there as possible. And if anybody has any questions, let's ask away.
Well, you say it's becoming more popular. It's especially popular in America, I think, because America's a closed market, but it's such a vast distance. People are used to doing these sorts of live conferences, and it's not something many of our followers may have done before.
No, that's certainly right. And one of the questions that we often get asked is, why do people have to pay for it? And of course, to put on something as big as this, there is a huge cost to it, and those costs have to be covered somehow. And really, the only way in which we can do it is through pay-per-view. We've tried to keep the costs down as much as we possibly can. But we've got a crew of 5 or 6 people with all broadcast cameras and broadcast backgrounds who are actually doing the live streaming.
Yeah, and your background's with ITV, is it?
Well, I had 25 years with ITV and BBC, So up at Border TV, up in Carlisle,
And I mean, one of the questions that has cropped is how good is it going to be? How are we going to guarantee there's good quality? Because I know somebody mentioned that the Reggae doesn't have a very good internet connection.
It doesn't, and of course that is one of the big challenges when I'm doing any of these sorts of live streaming, and I do it for lots of organisations, and so we always take our own internet with us, and we have a satellite uplink, and that can give us up to a 5 or 6 meg stream up to the satellite. That then goes to a server which we have in the cloud. It's a huge server which is sort of 32 cores, 65 gig of memory, and it has connectivity of up to 10,000 megabits. And the reason why we do that is so we can get as many people on there as we can, and that serves people around the world.
You don't want this all throttled through one small computer if a lot of people are connected at the same time.
And with that, we can serve probably around about 7,000 or 8,000 people. So it's it's got a lot of overhead in there to make sure that the quality is good.
And the other thing people are mentioning is it's a lot of time commitment to sit and watch live for it's 16 hours, 2 days, isn't it, of scheduling. So.
I mean, we don't expect people to sit there for a whole 2 days and watch every minute. We'll be recording everything, and we'll be segmenting all the discussions up, all of the presentations up, and people can download those individually. So if there's something that they're particularly interested in, they can go back and watch it, but also if they missed it on the day, they can go back. And those files will be up on the website for at least the next year, but probably.
So you can time shift. If I was in Australia and I work.
That's a slightly different issue, but certainly yes. I mean, we've also got the technology which allows anybody who joins the stream late, they can rewind the whole of the day, and rewatch it live, jump forward. go back into real time. You know, if the telephone rings, you can stop it and go back, and so all that technology is there. And it's what people expect now, you know.
It's very much the same as the sort of pause on Sky TV or whatever.
Or
you can
TV
pause,
or
fast forward.
something
As long as you've been streaming it, you can go back and forth.
That's right. Yeah.
And get to it. That's fantastic.
The thing about this stream, though, that even if you haven't watched from the start, you can still go back.
Can still rewind.
So the server actually records everything that's going on, and then allows you to go back. So even if you come in, you know, 5 minutes towards the end, you can still go back to the first speeches of the morning. And of course, that's particularly interesting for someone who is in Australia or who is in America.
Yeah.
They obviously don't want to get up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning to watch.
No, unless you want to ask any questions.
Of course,
we can't time shift questions.
No, we can't do that.
But I mean, it's great, and it's great the idea that even if you didn't want to live stream it, if you buy now, you get the best price to download it in the future. Is that right?
That's right. So we've made a commitment because obviously we have a lot of infrastructure to organise, and if we know how many people are going to be on the stream, then that makes it much easier for us to get everything organised. So we have given a big discount to everybody who's signed up before the stream. Our early bird discount ends tomorrow, so that's a 35% discount.
Yeah.
And we've made a price guarantee that we won't drop the price after the event. So certainly buying now is the best time to buy, and it will be the cheapest. We have special prices for your subscribers, obviously, because they have commitments. They made a commitment to the magazine. But nothing will be lower than the prices that we're charging now.
Yeah, but we have said that we'll do a special price which matches the subscriber discount if people were to go to the website. And is that correct?
Yes, that's right. So if it's only available this evening as a thank you for watching the stream. If you go to the streamscape.uk site tonight and put in the code Last Chance when you buy it.
That's Last Chance.
You will get the subscriber discount, and as I said, that's only available till tonight.
Yeah, so go on and check out how much that's worth. So.
Yep, absolutely.
And as far as the schedule goes, we've got the green room, which is sitting in between the talks.
Yep.
We've also got Canon doing a couple of demonstrations in lunchtimes, but you're running a couple of extra things. Here and there as well. You're repeating some events, are you, during the...
That's right. There are a couple of occasions in the afternoon where the speakers follow on straight from each other, and so it's not going to be possible to broadcast live the green room at that point. So we're going to record those, and then we're going to be playing those out during the lunchtime on the Sunday. And of course they'll also be available on the website afterwards as well. So
pretty much we will have coverage, something available for every...
The plan is to grab absolutely everything and make sure that everything is recorded and people can watch it later.
That's fantastic. Now you've done these sorts of presentations with other companies and other events before, haven't you?
Yes,
so you tell me about the international pool tournaments and...
Yep, and wrestling for my sins.
Yes.
And we do a lot of live sports, live conferences, award shows actually. Broadcasting award shows live over the internet is becoming really popular, and we've done quite a few of those now as well.
Yeah, and we should add, if anybody is going to the event, and we're talking about the green room, obviously the green room is going to be in a closed environment in the second lecture theatre, but you're not going to miss out. For the people who have signed up for the actual physical event, we'll give a free stream of all the green room interviews. So if you want the whole recording of the weekend, you'd have to buy it.
Yeah.
We've got a good price for that. But if you'll get these green room interviews for free.
Yeah.
So if you want to ask any questions and you're at the event, the likelihood is that you'll get them answered, and they'll be available afterwards.
That's right. And we've made arrangements at the conference that if people who are actually at the conference want the downloads, then they can buy them at the conference as well. So. And I would suggest that they wait until they get there, because they'll have a special price there as well.
Now, if you miss it and you want to be able to download it, will it be available a week afterwards, or is it available?
It'll be available straight afterwards.
Yeah.
And we'll be emailing everybody to. It'll be available streamed straight afterwards, so you'll still be able to watch the stream. The download will probably take a day or two,
Yeah.
because there's obviously quite a lot of work needs to go in.
And we need to get back from the Lake District.
And we need to get back from the Lake District, yeah.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Lovely.
I'm really looking forward to the event.
No, we're really excited. We think it's going to be a fantastic event.
Yeah.
You guys have done a great job in organising it. And there's a huge buzz about it. Everybody I've spoken to about it is really enthused about it, really excited by it. So it's going to be a great event.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for coming along.
That's great.
We'll be bringing you some more information tomorrow. We'll have the guide to the location tomorrow evening, and we'll have the recording of this if anybody wants to watch it later on YouTube as well. So thank you to Charlotte, our marketing director, and thanks for David Hutchinson behind the camera, and looking forward to seeing you in a few days' time.